Well, today we are hearing closing arguments in the hush money trial of Donald Trump. We've already heard from defense lawyer Todd Blanche, who had some really harsh swipes against the star witness Michael Cohen. He called Cohen the human embodiment of reasonable doubt because, of course, the jury has to decide that Trump is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in order for him to be convicted in this case. He also called Michael Cohen the greatest liar of all time, aka the gloat. So a colourful closing argument there from the defence. The essential thrust of the argument was that, well, the star witness, the former lawyer and fixer of Donald Trump, Michael Cohen, is lying about everything, and you shouldn't believe him and you shouldn't convict Trump based on what he said. Now we are going to be hearing the closing arguments from the prosecution. They will argue that everything that Michael Cohen said about how he was instructed by Trump to do these hush money payments in order to silence Stormy Daniels and essentially influence the electoral process is all true, and they can be sure that it's true because it is backed up by evidence. Over the course of these 5 weeks of the trial, or almost 5 weeks, with 22 witnesses, 20 called by the prosecution, the prosecution built a very clear narrative, which was then finished up with the testimony from Cohen and backed up with evidence. And the prosecution will be reminding the jurors of all of that evidence that they will argue proves Donald Trump's guilt. Now, after we've heard the closing arguments, then the jury will get their instructions for deliberations. We have been told that it's possible that the closing arguments could continue into tomorrow, and then at that point, the jury will get the instructions for deliberations, and then after that, we could be getting a verdict, but we're not sure, of course, when that verdict would come through.